No, that's not true. You don't even believe that. The problem you're having is thinking that you have a problem. My friend, do you consider yourself the type of person who is always caught up in life's problems, and as one is resolved, another quickly comes to the surface to replace it? For most of us, it feels like we can never escape this insidious cycle, and as you sit there now with an understanding of your own thought patterns, so you'll come to the realization that your biggest problem is thinking that you have a problem. So let me begin by firstly telling you a story, rather your story. The same story you've been telling yourself for days, months, years on end. You see, human beings are remarkably stubborn creatures, and as a result, you yourself are remarkably stubborn. Let me first tell you why you are here. You're here because you're somewhere fundamentally you don't want to be. You could be depressed, you could be stuck in a dead-end job, or unhappy in a relationship, or in constant pain of traumatic events of the past. Either way, you're not where you would quite want to be. Every time you move in the direction where you want to go, you encounter problems in the form of barriers, obstacles, preventing you from breaking free of your current predicament or your current story. These problems are the stories we subscribe to. Just for a moment, think about that problem that is preventing you from reaching the place that you want to be at. And as you recall this problem, so you'll be aware of your profound storytelling abilities. Well, I guess the reason I never turned professional was because of that knee injury. I've never been self-confident, you see, after my first failed relationship. I can hear even some of you now teasing the prelude to your best stories. Well, if you only knew what happened to me, then I bet you wouldn't be saying that. No doubt some of you will have legitimate traumatic experiences. I am not trying to take that away from you, nor de-emphasize the severity of your said experience. What I'm trying to convey here, what I'm trying to describe is the real problem, the real obstacle, as it were, that is getting in the way of where you want to go is the story you've been telling yourself for so long. A part of you knows that without that story, you would not have an excuse for why you're unhappy, for why you're in pain. And it's scary knowing that the weight of your future rests entirely on your own shoulders. But here's what I really want to get to. Your problems are gifts. Your stories are gifts. Even in the most horrific, traumatic experience, we must reframe these. Otherwise, there is no hope for the future. True resilience only lies in the challenges and adversaries that we've overcome. You see, you would not be sat here listening to my words if you didn't have the strength to overcome that said pain, that said story, that said trauma. And this is why I say, your biggest problems are thinking of these stories as problems. They're opportunities for growth. If you can master this perspective, know that your darkest experiences will contrast for the most meaningful future. This is your karma, what you're here to do. And if you are the type of person who can see opportunities in challenges, please subscribe and I will see you again.